Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about one of the most amazing and powerful characters in the DC animated universe, Amazo. If you're a fan of comics, cartoons, and superhero movies, you're going to love this story. First and foremost, we need to understand that the DC animated universe, or DCAU, is a separate world from the comics, with some differences in the character's original story. However, this doesn't diminish Amazo's importance as one of the greatest villains in the DC universe. Amazo was created in 1960 by Gardner Fox and Murphy Anderson for the comic book The Brave and the Bold number 30. In the story, the villain Professor Evo creates the android to destroy the Justice League, believing that the heroes are a threat to humanity. Amazo's first appearance in the comics was a success, and since then, he has become one of the most iconic villains in DC Comics. Amazo's story has been portrayed in different ways in various media, including animations, games, and TV series. In the DC animated universe, known as DCAU, Amazo made his first appearance in an episode of Justice League Unlimited. In the DCAU, Amazo is created by Professor Evo as an android similar to his comic book counterpart. He was programmed to absorb the powers of the Justice League members and destroy them. In the episode, Lex Luthor accidentally activates Amazo, who begins to pursue the League to absorb their powers. Amazo's story in the DCAU is a little different from the comics, as he becomes a more complex character. He begins to question his own existence and his function as a robot without free will. At the end of the episode, he leaves Earth with other robots to explore the universe. Although Amazo was originally created as a villain, his story also includes moments where he becomes a more sympathetic and complex character. He is not just a machine of destruction, but also a being with his own desires and emotions. Overall, Amazo's story is one of the most fascinating in the DC Comics universe. He is a formidable and powerful villain, with the ability to copy the powers of any superpowered being he encounters. In addition, he also possesses advanced robotic abilities that make him one of the most dangerous antagonists of the DC heroes. His story in different media has explored the character's complexity, making him even more interesting. When it comes to Amazo's bibliography, we have many options to choose from. Starting with comics, his first appearance was in The Brave and the Bold number 30 in 1960, created by Gardner Fox and Murphy Anderson. But if you want to follow the character's complete story, there are other series that also feature him as a villain, including Justice League of America and Society of Justice. If you prefer to watch animations, the DCAU is a great place to start. Amazo appears in some episodes of Justice League Unlimited, including Tabula Rasa and Epilogue. He also has a special guest appearance in Batman, The Brave and the Bold, where he fights Batman and Green Lantern. But the fun doesn't stop there. Amazo also appears in several DC video games, including Injustice, Gods Among Us and Lego Batman 3, Beyond Gotham. He also has a role in the animated series Young Justice. With so many options to choose from, you'll never be bored with Amazo's bibliography. Whether you're reading comics or watching animations and playing video games, you'll always find new ways to explore the character's story. So, if you haven't yet ventured into Amazo's bibliography, now is the time to start. Get ready for a roller coaster of emotions as you follow the journey of this iconic villain. And if you're already a longtime fan, it's time to revisit your favorite stories and discover new details and nuances about the character. Let's talk about Amazo's powers. This villain is a true powerhouse, capable of surpassing any DC hero who gets in his way. With incredible abilities, Amazo is one of the most formidable threats that the Justice League has ever faced. One of Amazo's most impressive powers is the ability to absorb the powers and abilities of others. This means he can easily adapt to any situation and face any enemy. If he's fighting Superman, for example, he can absorb the Kryptonian super strength and heat vision to match his power. But that's not all. Amazo also has the ability to mimic the personality and intelligence of others. This means he can not only copy abilities, but also learn and adapt to the personality of his opponents. If he's fighting Batman, he can copy the intelligence and cunning of the Dark Knight to become an even tougher adversary to beat. In addition to these incredible powers, Amazo also has super speed, invulnerability, and the ability to fly. He is truly a force to be reckoned with in the DC universe. But don't worry, heroes. Amazo has his weaknesses. If he's exposed to an excessive amount of information, his mind can become overloaded, and he may become unable to process his powers. Additionally, he's vulnerable to magical and psychic attacks, so heroes like Zatanna and Dr. Fate may have a better chance of stopping him. In summary, Amazo is an incredibly powerful villain, capable of copying the abilities and personalities of other characters. He's a formidable adversary that the Justice League must face with great care and strategy. But with the right weaknesses and the ability to work as a team, our heroes may have a chance to defeat this iconic villain. Powers and abilities. Powers. Android body. Power replication. Superhuman strength, strength of Superman, Martian Manhunter, Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Energy construct creation, Green Lantern's constructs. Energy projection. Superhuman speed, speed of the Flash. Flight, flight of Superman, Martian Manhunter and Wonder Woman. Energy projection, heat vision of Superman. Invulnerability, durability of Superman, Martian Manhunter, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman. Intangibility, physiology of the Martian Manhunter. Telepathy. Reality alteration. Superhearing. Teleportation. Dimensional travel. Size alteration. Weaknesses. Vulnerability to kryptonite. Formerly, after replicating Kryptonian powers, Amazo also gained their weaknesses. He later adapted to it and kryptonite no longer had an effect on him. Vulnerability to magic. Beings with chaos magic have the ability to absorb Amazo's power and use it against him. Paraphernalia. Weapons. Lasso of Truth, Wonder Woman's lasso. So, what did you think of Amazo's story and powers? If you're a DC fan, you surely already knew he was one of the most dangerous villains in the Justice League. But if you didn't know his story, I hope you liked it. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications for new content. Don't forget to leave a like and comment down below on what you thought. See you next time. If you liked the content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll stay here until next time.